Hi guys, my name is Chocoblub and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how I paint the skin. Without wasting any time, let's get started right away. At the beginning, I have prepared a few color swatches. If you can take a screenshot if you want to, but these are the basic shades that I like to use while painting the skin colors. I'm going to color pick the first ever shade and begin to paint the base color of the skin again. So first of all, I just want to let you guys know there are no wrong or right ways to draw the skin. You don't have to do it just like this because this is what suits my art style and my personal preferences. You can take any tips if you want, leave the rest, or maybe do your completely your own style. I had a few people asking me on how I do the skins and shading and lighting, highlighting, all that stuff. So here we are. I will try my best to show you guys every step and explain the best way possible, but I am no art teacher, so might not be very accurate on that. Okay, so firstly for the base color I have chosen a very dull skin shade or very dull peach shade because my highlights and the contour shades are going to be way more vibrant and I want them to pop more, so the basic color should be dull according to me, so it is really visible. Now I'm going to take the second shade that's shown in the swatches and I'm using a gradient tool or a spray paint brush to add a little bit of color in the dullness. Another quick notification that these color swatches are the basic ones and they often change like the vibrancy, the hues and the saturation depending on the character. Like if the character is heavy on the sunlight, it might be a little brighter, or the tones might get a little more warmer, or if the character is in the dark, the shades will go down a lot and there will be way more cooler and darker, or maybe even in some cases less or more pigmented. But somehow more or less these are the swatches or these are the basic colors that I like to use while shading. Now you can say that I have taken the third number of orange shade and I am casting the very first layer of the shadow in the skin. This includes the basic hair shadows, the light sources and the shadows of the skin folds. Before drawing any sorts of highlights or shadows, I would recommend you that kindly decide the light source, because according to the light source the shadows are going to get casted. So for me, I decided that the light source would be in the front, so the part that is away from the viewer are going to get darker. The light source can be varying from the top to the bottom, left or right, or even back of the character or absolute front, and the shadows are going to get changed accordingly. Now we are starting the second layer of the shadowing. There are going to be a lot of layering of different colors and shades, and if you think that is too much for you or you don't really like the complexity of it, feel free to change anything that you like. I would interrupt your learning for a few seconds because if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to it and hit the like button, because you guys are my one and only motivation to make more videos and come up with new ideas as much as possible. And please share with your friends and families who you think might enjoy such content, or share it with your artist friend or art lover friend, and yeah, that's all. And please add any comment, even if it's a smiley, because viewers engagement is what keeps my channel growing. Thank you so much, and you can continue learning now. Again, back to the process. Now I am getting a really dark orange tone and minutely covering up the hair shadows that is casted directly on the skin. As you can see, this is a minute details that adds so much more details and life to the skin, and which looks kind of way more realistic rather than just bluntly casting the shadows. And I think I really like this, and I started doing it recently and I enjoy it so much. Now I'm going to cast the shadow of the nose on the opposite side of the cheeks, which is away from the viewers. Why I'm doing so? It is because I have chosen the light source to be at the front cheek of the character. I have painted and finished the eyes beforehand because without the eyes the character kind of looks lifeless and dead inside, and the eyes makes the skin pop even more. So, and of course, if you guys want to see how I paint the sorts of eyes, you can let me know in the comment below so I can come up with tutorials on how I like to do the eyes. It's really funny to notice that every time I draw the skin, I am so hyperfixated and focused on the face that I always forget to do the ears and the neck. And almost at the end of the drawing portrait, I notice and I get them finished. So he was looking kind of a pale, and I had to do his blushes and the lips. I'm not sure why I haven't done it yet, but I will do it probably. And at this point it's kind of hit me that I haven't done anything to his neck except from the primary shadow, so let's get to do that again. Also, the shadows on the neck and the ears will be dependent on how much light has been imposed on, from which angle it has been imposed, if that makes sense. Same logic goes for the face as well. So officially we are at the third level of shading. In this one I am using a warm tone. I shouldn't say warm, it's more of a neutral brown, neither warm or cool, and I'm applying it to the utmost darkest part of the skin where the darkest of darkest shadows are going to get placed. The color is going to be really small and really tiny strokes according to the amount or the quantity, but it's going to add a lot of depth and neutralness to the face. It is always worth noticing that I am not applying this brown along with the lines or in the entire face. I'm going to only apply it to the absolute corners, just to have that gradient effect when it comes to shadows. Yeah, so as what I was saying earlier, that he was looking kind of pale because his blushes and lips weren't done. So let's get them done really quick. I was playing with colors for a little bit on what type of blushes that I would like to use. And I first attempted a few cool tone colors, but it turned out to be very muddy and wasn't looking attractive at all. So I get up and chose another warm tone blush for him, which will really go well with his skin tone. Now I think I skipped a tiny bit of part which is not really that significant, but I like to use it, which is applying a purple shade, a really neutralized purple shade at the darkest part of the face, just to add a little bit of coolness to the skin color. As you can tell that my base colors and all the shadows, they are very warm and orangey, so it might be too warm to the eyes or too orangey to the eyes, and to balance out things I like to use a little bit of dash of purple, just like a grain of salt, and it is a game changer for me. So if you don't want to just skip the part, you can do it whatever, but for me it is like a daily habit now. I have somehow learned from the internet, and it is just a non-negotiable part while painting the skin. since I am a huge fan of dramatic lighting like bright sunlight or bright ambient lights and stuff like that, I always go back to this sorts of highlight effect, which means the light is passing through his hair and falling on his cheeks and the jawline, which this raggedy kind of or shredded kind of manner. I absolutely love them. The girl painted before this video, if you go and check it out in my channel, you will have another video posted just before this one where I've painted a girl in the summer attire having ice cream in the sunlight. I also added this type of effect on her skin as well, and I absolutely love it. So if you guys are looking for dramatic lighting and you guys love it just as much as I do, I would recommend you start like this. I might not be very experienced when it comes to adding dramatic lightings and shadows to the face. This is what and how I like to start with, without risking of ruining the portrait completely. No matter what shade or sufficiency I use, I always tweak the brightness, contrast, hue, saturation here and there, and until I like it. So yeah, don't be shy away from adjusting it. You don't always have to pick and choose the correct color or correct shade, correct value every time. So learn to be very patient with yourself and learn to be adjustable. So here you can see a little bit of the purple shade that I'm using. It is not really not vibrant or not like super valuable at all. It is very slightly, ever so slightly pigmented, and it adds so much coolness to the skin and makes it neutralized, and according to me it is very attractive. So again, as usual, I forgot to do the neck and the shadows that here are casting on the back of his neck. So I'm going to quickly finish that off and we're almost done with the skin. This was a really quick tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and even if it helped you a little bit, it is more than enough for me. I'm really happy to help you guys, and let me know what you guys want to see next. And till then, I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay cute and bye bye.